Hi there, it's Anthony, and it's time for another reaction to The Walking Dead. Season 4, Episode 12, Still. Let's go ahead and get into it. Daryl. Hopefully they don't smell him. Wouldn't be a great place to be stuck if like a horde of walkers walked up. They've been there all night. Have they even been to sleep? Oh, dang. Dang, is Daryl getting off his game? I'm just really interested to hear what started this whole thing. If that scientist or whatever is going to be able to figure that out, or at least tell us.
No, I mean a real drink.
Has she even never had a real, like, alcoholic drink before? Is that why she wants one? Because she feels like she'll never have one?
Had one?
Yep, exactly.
Because of my dad. Well, enjoy your snake jerky.
Snake jerky. If I was her, I would be getting kind of tired of hanging out with Daryl. I use hanging out very loosely, obviously, but, like, this man just never be talking about nothing. It's like the world's already over. We could at least converse with each other to pass the time. Classic throw a rock in a different direction move. Uh-oh. That one might be a little too smart. We got a Mensa man over here. Okay. Thank goodness.
The hell? You brought me back. I'm not staying in this suck-ass camp.
Hey!
Why she do it
What
like
the hell
that?
is wrong with you? Do you feel anything? Golfers like to booze it up, right?
She is determined to find this booze. I mean, you gotta give yourself some type of mission, some type of goal, purpose. Look at the world right now. If your only motivation is surviving, I mean, that's gotta get boring eventually. Man, what in the world is happening here? Did they kill themselves, or did somebody do this to them? I mean, like, obviously they were alive and were hung and just left like that because then they turned into walkers. The capital, Washington, D.C. Same place those other guys were trying to go. What if everybody just ends up traveling up to Washington, D.C.?
Why are you keeping all that stuff?
He's like, what's the point of money at this point? Daryl's like, I don't know, just natural instinct maybe? Or maybe he has another purpose for it. That would suck to find loads of money and then remember, oh yeah, that doesn't even really matter in this world. Oh man. Yeah, I was thinking you're gonna have to hit it with a bottle. And dang, she really did. Dang, well,
Thanks for the help.
he knew you had it.
You could take care of yourself. You did.
I was thinking, I think Daryl was like, oh, she got this. He's just gonna watch. Daryl just keeping everything. I wonder if Daryl's gonna wonder why she's trying on new clothes. Just like she wondered why he was picking up money. Guess it could feel good to have on some new clothes temporarily. I mean, eventually they'll be covered in blood, but totally understandable.
Help me take her down.
Dang.
Don't matter, it's dead.
It does matter.
I didn't even think about the fact that that actually was a real person. I was thinking like it was a mannequin, but then I'm like, wait a minute, mannequins don't turn into walkers. She ain't too rich anymore though. He's walking in. Alright, now let's get it in the head. All them shoulder hits ain't gonna cut it. Is he just taking out his anger? Dang. Like I said, it's gonna have blood on it in a few minutes. I mean, but I think we all knew that. That's so funny, bruh. First she finds the alcohol and then has to break it over a walker's head. Then she finds a new shirt. It gets bloodied up.
Did you have to break the glass?
No.
It's more fun that way.
You have your drink yet?
No. But I found this. Is it good?
No.
No.
Well, it's the only thing left.
And it'll have to be good. Ew.
Ain't gonna have your first drink. Be no damn peach snobs.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
A motorcycle mechanic.
We're still with Daryl and Beth. Maybe that's gonna be the whole
That's my guess.
episode.
For what you were doing before the turn.
Everybody's been trying to guess.
Don't matter. Hasn't mattered for a long time.
I feel like since they're building it up so much, it has to be something profound.
No, this is better.
Like, it's gonna be some type of big reveal whenever we find out what Daryl was doing.
Moonshine.
Dang, he just knew where the whole stash was.
That's a real first drink right there. What's the matter?
Out of that dirty cup.
No, Sam. My dad always said bad moonshine could make you go blind.
Ain't nothing worth seeing out there anymore anyway.
Second round's better.
Oh, slow down.
This one's for you.
Nah, I'm good.
Why?
Yeah.
Gotta keep watch.
So what? you're like
Designated
my
walker
chaperone
killer.
Just drink lots of water.
now? Yes, Mr. Dixon. Well, if we're gonna be trapped again, we might as well make the best of it.
Could you stop trying to get him to
Unless
drink?
you're too busy chaperoning, Mr. Dixon.
Hell. Might
This-
as well make the best of it.
This kind of doesn't sound like a good idea to me, but I mean, I'm sure they'll make it work somehow. I mean, probably it'll get worse before it gets better, but
Home sweet home.
So first, I say something I've never done, and if you have done it, you drink, and if you haven't, I drink.
I've never been out of Georgia.
Really? Okay, good one.
so I don't even know how this game works. I forgot how she explained it already.
Been drunk and did something I regret it.
Okay, so that means he has done that. And so since he said I've never been out of Georgia, that means she has been out of Georgia.
I've never been on vacation.
What about camping? I've never been in jail. I mean, as a prisoner.
why are you trying to figure all this stuff out? What is your end goal here?
So what you think of me?
Daryl looks like he's getting so annoyed.
It's your turn again.
Means you didn't drink, Beth.
I'm gonna take a piss.
So you getting drunk and gonna start.
Oh wait, it's my turn, right? I never eaten frozen yogurt. Never sung out in front of a big group out in public like everything was fun. Everything was a big game.
Oh my gosh.
I sure as hell never cut my wrist looking for attention.
Oh dang, he brought that back up.
It's gonna be
His
fun.
voice just got so different.
Daryl, cut it out!
Oh my goodness, I knew this wasn't a good idea.
Dumbass. Come here, dumbass.
Daryl!
Come here. 8-ball.
Kill it!
You lost 2 boyfriends, you can't even shed a tear. Your
Dang.
whole family's gone. All you can do is go out looking for hoots like some dumb college bitch.
Screw you, you don't get it.
No, you don't get it. Everyone we know's dead.
Don't know that!
Maybe they needed
You
this.
ain't never gonna see him again.
Dang.
Maybe if I wouldn't have stopped looking. Maybe because I gave up. That's on me.
Daryl,
Now he's blaming himself. It's crazy how fast Daryl shifted earlier when he got up to pee. When his voice went up 3 octaves. Dang, Daryl breaking down and crying like that is pretty sad. Because you know he's needed it.
when my dad stopped drinking.
Merle had the Steeler. This janky little white guy. Tweaker. One day we were over at his house, watching TV. So he punches Merle in the face.
Uh-oh, this...
I started hitting the tweaker, like, hard as I can.
Did he kill the tweaker?
He pulls a gun, sticks it right here. He says, "I'm gonna kill you, bitch." So Merle pulls his gun on him. Everyone's yelling.
This de-escalated so fast, dang. Or escalated, I should say.
I was dead. You wanna know what I was before all this?
We're about to find out. What's my guess? What's my guess? I'm gonna guess he was just a con artist or something, or like nothing. Like he's gonna be like, I didn't do anything. Except, I don't know. And I don't mean that because I think lowly of Daryl. I just think maybe he was just following Merle around. I don't know.
I was just drifting around with Merle,
Hey.
doing whatever he said we were gonna be doing that day.
Yeah, it makes sense. Everybody had these grand ideas of what he was.
Maggie and Glenn would have a baby. And he'd get to be a grandpa. And we'd have birthdays and holidays and summer picnics. And he'd get really old. And it'd happen, but it'd be quiet. He'd be surrounded by people he loved.
I mean, that part was kind of true.
You're gonna miss me so bad when I'm gone, Dale Dixon.
You ain't a happy drunk at all.
Yeah, I'm happy I'm
So-
just not blind.
This is really depressing.
We should burn it down.
We're gonna need more booze.
Burning it down would be awfully symbolic and maybe cathartic, but also be burning down a perfectly good cover place. But yep, we're burning it down. They can find another place. I guess this is worth it. And they're burning the money with it. Yeah, that's awfully symbolic. She flipped him off earlier, now she's flipping the house off. More than just the house though. Basically, they're flipping off who they were. Leaving who they were, accepting who they are. More music on The Walking Dead. I like the song though. I'm not familiar with it though. Okay, so I enjoyed this episode and I appreciated it a lot. Y'all know how much I like, those slower episodes of The Walking Dead that really focus in on a specific character and like kind of give us a little mini arc maybe for that character within the course of the episode. I always think that stuff is really cool, and most of my favorite episodes have contained that type of content. So this episode did that, and I think it did it. We've had maybe one or two like really Daryl centric episodes before. I mean, obviously we've had a lot of Daryl backstory peppered in throughout the series. I know there have been a few episodes that maybe focus in on him a lot more. So this is another one that focuses in on Daryl a lot, and it also focuses in on Beth a lot, which I think this is probably the most we focused in on Beth so far. Again, I know we have definitely focused in on her before, sometimes at like the beginning of an episode, or like she's had certain moments in an episode where we really see, you know, where she's coming from and like what her mindset is about things. But obviously this is the first time we've had an episode that just completely consisted of Daryl and Beth. And that took me off guard at first because I wasn't even expecting that to happen. When it started with Daryl and Beth, I just kind of assumed we'd be switching around again because they just, off on the surface, it didn't sound like two characters that we would see a whole Walking Dead episode of. You know what I mean? And not even anything against those two characters, because as I've said, like for instance, Daryl is one of my favorites. More so just the combination of characters and the fact that, you know, like usually if we're focusing in on some lone characters, it might be like, you know, Rick and some people like that, or like the direct opposition to Rick in The Governor or something like that. So Daryl and Beth it kind of took me off guard. But then I was like, okay, so we're really in this. We're really watching them the whole time. And I mean, I felt like as it went on, I started adjusting to that more and more and being like, this is really cool. It's really cool how they are giving us more backstory on these characters, really exploring their sort of relationship and dynamic with each other and with the world around them. So I thought that all that was really cool. Like I said earlier, I really, really appreciated this, and I liked seeing both Daryl and Beth sort of overcoming some things about their past selves that have been holding them back. And that really gets me into what some of my favorite aspects of this episode were, which was okay, let's see. So first of all, I really liked the recurring themes of these characters maybe trying to cling on to something in their past, or the things in their past, or just naturally doing things the way that they would have done it in their past, and then realizing that doesn't matter anymore in this world. Like, you know, with Beth trying to get the alcohol and then having to break it over the walker's head, and then getting the new clothes and them getting covered in blood, and Daryl picking up all that money. And, you know, Beth even asked, why are you doing that? That was a bit of a, like, that entire sequence, like where Daryl was picking up the money and where they saw the dead lady with, you know, who had been, I guess she had been propped up like a mannequin or something to make fun of her. I don't know. But that kind of felt like a whole sort of, you know, like it was foreshadowing what we were about to get into later with Daryl talking about, I never had frozen yogurt. I never had this and that and da 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 da. I just followed Merle around my whole life. Basically, he wasn't a really well-off person. He wasn't somebody that had this great life. I mean, he sounded like he was a pretty lower-class individual, just getting by, barely, not even really getting by. And so that's why when he goes into a place and sees a bunch of money, he's going to be picking all that up. And so that's why I also thought it was extra cool when at the end they used some of that money to burn down the house with, because it was like, not only is he burning down that house, as he did that, he was burning down the money, which felt like another component to, you know, this life that he used to live, of like maybe not having money and now feeling like he needed to get it when he saw it, when it wasn't even going to be any benefit to him anymore, at least not in the way that we think of it as a benefit. It is good for burning down houses, I guess, but yes, I just thought that all that came together really cool. And then same with Beth, those recurring things that were happening to her and her quest to get some alcohol. I'm sure part of the reason she wanted it was because, you know, I always assumed eventually when she grew up she'd get a chance to drink it, and she never really did because the whole world went to crap. But then also it was kind of a way, we heard how Herschel basically, you know, talked about it to her and was not allowing her to indulge in it. And it sounds like some of that was, you know, way to, you know, not move past Herschel, obviously, but like she was talking about, to change, to kind of maybe grow into her own, you know what I mean? So it felt like that was really cool that she went on that sort of quest for it. She got to do it. She got to sort of see some of the good and bad sides of it. And then it was also part of what they used to burn the house down. And I felt like Beth's performance, like the actress's performance this episode, the writing for the character this episode, all did you know, a really good job for the most part of elevating the character in a lot more ways. I mean, she's already been becoming a stronger and stronger character the more she's been on the show. But I felt like this episode did a long way in taking her even leaps and bounds further. I guess my only issues with the episode, and I don't even like using the word issues, just like maybe where I feel like it could have been done better. I feel like when they do these Rick and Carl and Michonne type episodes, things are just so much more subtle, for lack of a better word. It feels like everything is happening naturally and the characters are naturally going through this progression and arc, and you know, they're learning something by the end, and it's like, wow, I really enjoyed that. With this one, it feels like they looked at those episodes and were like, okay, now let's do that with Daryl and Beth. Okay, we need this, this in terms of ingredients for making an episode like this. And it ended up just feeling a little forced and contrived to me at some points. And maybe it was just me. Also, this might be like a bit of a stretch or something. I don't know, but it was something I thought about. So the episode title is Still. And, you know, they had, I guess, like a still, like an alcohol still in the house or whatever. So they burn down the house and they burn all that down. But then also it's like they're burning down the idea of being the same, of not moving forward. You know what I mean? It's like when they burnt down that house, like I said, it was kind of like they were leaving their past behind in a way. And Beth had that cool line about don't stay who you were, stay who you are, or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into things, or maybe not. But that was just a cool little connection I made there. I thought it was a nice little double entendre in a way. I also really liked that Daryl brought up the fact that Beth had tried to commit suicide back in like season 2. I really forgot about that. So it's cool that they're bringing stuff like that back up and showing that things that happen on the show don't just eventually go down a vacuum of not ever having happened again. You know what I mean? Like they make you remember stuff and they reward you for watching and remembering. So I thought that was really cool. I guess that's about all that I'm going to say for the episode. I feel like I'm definitely forgetting some stuff. There was a lot of little intricacies in there that I did really enjoy. Go ahead and leave a like down below or a comment down below and let me know what you thought about the episode. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Head on over to Patreon if you're interested in seeing the episodes way ahead of the YouTube schedule. And I'll see you all later. I'm Anthony. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. Goodbye.